Venturing back to the 3rd century, we delve into the vibrant island of Sicily, the birthplace of the puzzle that is St. Lucia. Also known as Lucia, or Lucy of Syracuse, her presence casts a captivating and mysterious veil across history. The chance of her being a pagan goddess prior to her conversion into a Christian saint is a curious debate. Her dramatic transformation provokes a theory among historians. Was St. Lucia's adoption by the Church a strategic move to avoid her prosecution for pagan practices? This possibility adds another layer of complexity to her story. An intriguing angle to consider in this narrative is the strategy of the pagans during this era of religious transition. As the Christian Church's influence grew, pagans faced persecution and the threat of annihilation. To ensure their survival, they ingeniously adapted their gods into Christian saints. This allowed them to quietly continue their ancient practices under a new guise, thereby avoiding the harsh scrutiny of the Church. This could be the surreal tales and inexplicable elements woven into the stories of saints like Lucia. Her narrative reflects many tales of female martyrs from her time: a decisive preference for Christian faith over an arranged marriage, a courageous resistance against torture, and allegations of witchcraft, all climaxing in a violent end. But who was Lucia? St. Lucia's depiction in pagan practices draws fascinating parallels with another figure of tales, Lilith. The image of St. Lucia, shrouded in white robes with a crown of candles on her head, combines symbols from both Christian and pagan traditions. The candles signify the Advent in Christian custom, a period of expectant waiting and preparation for the celebration of Jesus' birth. However, in pagan rituals, these same candles, framed against the canvas of the solstice night, symbolize a perilous time when humanity was at the mercy of witches and the supernatural. As time rolled on, St. Lucia experienced a considerable shift in her portrayal. Her image was gradually sanitized into a tranquil symbol of charity and light, straying from her original complex fusion of light and darkness. Modern Scandinavian celebrations feature young girls dressed in white, their heads crowned with candles, bearing baked goods in processions. Despite the cheerful celebrations, the authentic character of St. Lucia remains an enigma, a mystery. So who was Lucia? A saint, a martyr, pagan goddess? This query becomes more perplexing as we delve further into the annals of history. The enigma of St. Lucia only becomes more. Born in the heart of Sicily in the 3rd century AD, St. Lucia's life was marked by her unwavering Christian faith. A young woman of remarkable strength and conviction, she chose her spiritual path over an impending engagement, a decision that sparked a chain of events leading to her persecution. In an era clouded by religious tension, Lucia's unabashed Christian beliefs made her an easy target for accusations of witchcraft. These accusations, however, did little to shake her faith. Instead, they only served to strengthen her resolve, casting her in the role of a defiant heroine standing firm against the oppressive forces of her time. Lucia's story, like those of many female martyrs of her era, is a tale of courage and sacrifice. Despite enduring torture and the threat of death, she remained steadfast in her faith. Her story weaves a timeless narrative of resilience, a testament to the power of belief and the human spirit's indomitable will to endure. But Lucia's story doesn't end with her persecution. On December 13th, AD 304, she was tragically murdered, her life cut short by the very forces she had bravely defied. Yet, even in death, Lucia's light refused to be extinguished. Her legacy lived on, her name synonymous with courage, faith, and the triumph of light over darkness. As the centuries passed, Lucia's story traveled far beyond the borders of her native Sicily. Her tale found a home in the hearts of the Nordic people, particularly in Sweden, where her life is celebrated each year on the anniversary of her death. This celebration, known as St. Lucia's Day, serves as a reminder of Lucia's unwavering faith and the light she brought to a world often shrouded in darkness. St. Lucia, a beacon of faith and resilience, met her tragic end on a day we now celebrate as St. Lucia's Day. From the sunny coasts of Italy, how did St. Lucia find a place in the frosty landscapes of Sweden? Well, the story of St. Lucia's arrival in Sweden is shrouded in mystery as much as it is steeped in legend. One such tale takes us back to the Middle Ages. It was a time of great famine and the people were desperate. Then, out of nowhere, appeared St. Lucia on the sprawling expanse of Lake Van Ern. What did she bring with her? Food, miraculous provisions for the starving people. An Italian saint in the heart of Sweden providing sustenance in a time of dire need. That's a story that tends to stick in the public consciousness. But St. Lucia's story in Sweden isn't just about providing physical nourishment. Her association with light, especially during the darkest times of the year, resonates deeply with the Swedish people. The winter solstice marked the halfway point of winter, and Lucia, with her crown of candles, became a symbol of hope for the return of lighter days. It's interesting to note, however, that Lucia's connection with light isn't purely Christian. She shares similarities with the pagan solar goddess Suna, further deepening her place in Scandinavian lore. This blending of beliefs, this intertwining of Christian and pagan traditions, gives St. Lucia's story a rich, multi-layered quality. Even today, the eldest daughter in a Swedish family will wake up early on December 13th, don a white robe and a crown of candles, and serve coffee and saffron rolls to her family. All this while singing traditional songs that echo through the crisp winter air. This modern tradition is a testament to how St. Lucia's story continues to resonate, her spirit of generosity and light still very much alive in the heart of Sweden. So, from an Italian martyr to a beacon of hope in the bitter Scandinavian winter, St. Lucia's journey is a fascinating one. Her legend has transcended borders, cultures, and centuries to find a home in a place far removed from her own birthplace. St. Lucia, a symbol of hope and light, is now an integral part of Swedish tradition. As dawn breaks on December 13th, a unique sight greets Swedish families. The eldest daughter of the house awakens while it's still dark, slipping into a white robe that symbolizes purity and innocence. She carefully places a crown of flickering candles on her head, a halo of light against the lingering shadows of the night. This is no ordinary morning routine, but a cherished tradition that marks the celebration of St. Lucia's Day. This young girl, transformed into a living symbol of the saint, brings a warm glow to the cold winter morning. She steps softly through the house, her path lit by the candles that dance atop her head. In her hands, she carries a tray laden with coffee and saffron rolls, the scent of the spices filling the air, a sensory reminder of the day's significance. Her voice lifts in song as she serves her family, the melody echoing through the quiet house. These traditional songs, passed down through generations, tell the tale of St. Lucia, her sacrifice, and the light she brought into a world of darkness. Each note is a thread, weaving the past into the present and ensuring that the story of St. Lucia is never forgotten. But the traditions don't end within the four walls of the home. Schools and communities come together to hold processions, with one girl chosen to play St. Lucia. Dressed in the same white robe and candlelit crown, she leads the way, her followers holding single candles and singing the same age-old songs. It's a sight that brings the whole community together, uniting them under the banner of a shared heritage and history. Through these traditions, the legacy of St. Lucia continues to illuminate homes across Sweden. The light she symbolizes breaks through the darkest time of the year, a reminder that even in the midst of winter, the promise of spring is never far away. And so every year on December 13th, St. Lucia's Day is celebrated, a beacon of hope and light in the heart of winter. St. Lucia's Day is not just a Christian celebration. As we dig deeper, we unearth its origins in pagan traditions, linking it to the winter solstice, a period when the night was perceived as perilous and people dreaded witchcraft. It was during this prolonged night of the year, on December 13th in the Julian calendar, that the pagan celebrations were held. The day also holds a connection with the pagan solar deity, Suna. The luminescence that St. Lucia symbolizes in Christian tradition echoes the sunlight that embodied. It's important to recognize the role of the church during these times. Pagan communities were often under considerable pressure from the burgeoning Christian church, which sought to consolidate its power and exert control over spiritual practices. The fear of the church may have driven pagans to transform their deities into saints, thus contributing to the complex evolution of St. Lucia's Day. This blending of belief systems is a testament to the lengths people went to preserve their traditions, even under duress. The solstice signaled the midpoint of winter and the expected return of lighter days. This connection with light and the solstice bolstered the St. Lucia tradition's appeal in Scandinavia, an area renowned for its long, bleak winters. The merging of these traditions is not uncommon. Cultures often adopt and modify from each other, forming a mosaic of beliefs and customs. The case of St. Lucia's Day, it embodies a necessary tension between pagan practices and Christian traditions. The light represents redemption in Christian traditions, while in pagan practices, it signifies the equilibrium between light and darkness, life and death, good and evil. Thus, the figure of St. Lucia, with her wreath of candles, illuminates not just the physical darkness of winter, but also the spiritual obscurity of the world, symbolizing hope and the promise of light's return. Consequently, St. Lucia's Day exists at the intersection of paganism and Christianity, serving as a testament to the fluidity and resilience of cultural and religious traditions. St. Lucia's Day, a blend of history, faith, and tradition, brings a ray of light in the heart of winter. We've delved into the enigma of St. Lucia, traced her tale, and journeyed from her roots in Italy to her celebrations in Sweden. We've explored modern traditions and discovered her deep-seated pagan roots and the intersection with the Church. This fascinating fusion of beliefs and practices, encapsulated in St. Lucia's Day, truly illustrates the struggle between light and darkness, a struggle as old as humanity itself. Thank you for joining this journey into the heart of St. Lucia's Day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning.